Hello everyone, this is Mark Leibovitz and your host for a VR Trader tutorial here on Tradestation. Looking first at my homepage at vrtrader.com. That opening music came from my favorite film, The Ten Commandments. As you probably know if you listen to my radio program, I have some excerpts from that movie as well, and it's a big part of my life. In any event, here it is, the homepage of vrtrader.com, where we offer my silver, platinum, gold letter, my annual forecast report, my vice letter, and of course my book, The Trader's Book of Volume. To access my Leibovitz Volume Reversal Indicator, you go to the Trading App Store at Tradestation, sign up. $95 a month. There is a 1 month free trial offered. It comes in 3 versions, all as part of the package, the sequential, directional, and 2-day. We use the sequential on these videos, meaning that posts all positive and negative VRs, and you can always choose to use the directional, which filters out repetitive VRs and also provides a stop. And we have that 2-day version or 2-bar version, which provides a stop and also exits after 2 bars. Jumping to the screen, let me minimize this for a second. So what I'm looking at here, typical day on the top left, this is the sequential, which we're going to look at now for GLD. This is the directional version of it, and this is the 2-day version. And then I have the radar screen where I just put up a bunch of stocks, various lists, and the positive and negative VR is formed. It flashes on that screen, so that's a very strong point in having the Tradestation to have that radar up there, and you can list any stocks or group of stocks. You can put the S&P 500 up, the Dow 30, a bunch of gold stocks, whatever you find that you're focusing on. And of course, you got to limit the list because you can't follow everything. So here we go. This is GLD on a weekly basis. For those of you who are familiar with my work, many of you are, I try to use a 533 stochastic, sort of a confirming indicator. It's not carved in stone, but I like to use it. It has been pretty reliable over the years for me. As you know, this big move started at the beginning of the year in gold. We had a positive VR, pretty much early on. We had a rising stochastic that confirmed it. Actually, we saw the first indications here. Yeah, it was in January. Then you had a little negative VR, but I ignore that because of the rising stochastic. Then you got another positive. As you can see, we started to get an acceleration here, but no other negatives. And the stochastic was going up and down along the way, but I didn't generate any negative VRs, so the trend seemed to still be in place. But now in the last few weeks, as you can see, we've generated a couple negative volume reversals, and that stochastic has been turning down for the last several weeks. So the little correction we've had here doesn't come as any great surprise considering you've had a 30% advance in gold. So I'm pretty much on the sidelines here. I have to admit I'm a big picture bull, and I could see gold at 1450, 1500, or who knows, 3000 down the road. But meanwhile, from a trading perspective, we're out. And if we break out to new highs and clear all this resistance up here, the old highs, and volume comes in and the stochastic turns up, I guess I may have to jump back in because I don't want to miss a further move to the new bull market or cyclical rally, whatever you want to call it. But for now, until I see a positive VR come in and rising stochastic, I'm going to wait a bit. So that's where I'm at there. Let's put up First Majestic, which has been a big winner if you're a silver player. AG rallied from $2 all the way up to almost $20, 19 and a half. Nice rising stochastic back here in January, positive VR. It went sort of sideways. We did generate a negative VR here, and as a trader, I would have to tell you that if I got a negative VR like this, even though the stochastic didn't turn down, I probably would exit a long position. But 2 weeks later, another positive VR came back. Stochastic was neutral, and that would have given you a possible re-entry point here. But the trend has been pretty much up the whole way. But as you can see here, similar to GLD in the last 2-3 weeks back, we generated a negative VR, and of course the 533 stochastic has been turning south. So yes, you had a big correction from 19.5 down to about the 14, actually the $11 area. You had a big move here to the downside, correcting it. So let's Let's put up the data window here so we get the exact number. So yeah, it got down to 1109. That's a big correction. That may have been enough, and maybe we're going to turn up here and maybe get a bit of a bounce, but I don't know if we're going through the highs so fast. But ideally, at least a sideways, but more likely an upward stochastic and another positive ER would encourage me to get back long AG. So like the GLD, I'm pretty much on the sidelines here. Like to say that I'm long here, and if it's up this coming week after Labor Day, I would be participating unless I jump in for a day trade or a scalp. The charts are not telling me that this is a high confidence play here. So again, pretty much on the defensive. Not we were short, by the way, and my VR gold letter. If you track that, we were in the inverse DGZ play, and we took a little bit of profit there. Why? Because of this pattern. So I did trade a little bit in the not in the AG, but in the GLD with that DGZ ETF. So we did take advantage of that, and that's pretty much the story. So I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll be back with another update the next week or so.